SaltStick just released the results of our first ever clinical study, and the results are big. Little background first. A lot of the more common hydration products, sports drinks or electrolyte powders, are swallowed and absorbed via the gut, which takes about 20 minutes. Your mouth also has digestive cells called buccal mucosa cells, which can absorb nutrients directly in your bloodstream. Existing research showing that can take less than a few minutes. That was the science that Fast Chews was based on when we first launched the product. And since we launched, we heard from thousands of athletes that have told us that Fast Chews are the #1 way that they rely on to resolve things like muscle cramps, lightheadedness, fatigue in the moment. Basically, they work really quickly. There was no science that looked at electrolyte products specifically, so we decided to make it. How did we do it, you might ask? We partnered with researchers at Western Colorado University. A bunch of participants, which were equally split between men and women, established the baseline sodium and potassium content in their saliva in a randomized order, chewed Fast Chews for 45 seconds, swished sports drinks around in their mouth for 3 seconds, repeated that twice. Did the same thing with an electrolyte powder solution. The goal here was to replicate the typical consumption process for these different products. After each of the measurements, they spit the contents of the mouth back into a cup. The sodium potassium content was then measured compared to the baseline, and that was how they determined the amount of sodium potassium that was absorbed. Tallied up all the results. 50% of the sodium content in Fast Chews is absorbed in under 45 seconds. The other two products were significantly lower. That is big news to athletes who are actively struggling with muscle cramps, lightheadedness, and fatigue, who need a fast fix to those issues. Of course, in the real world, you're not going to be spitting out your hydration products, and anything that you swallow is going to be absorbed through your gut. But that process takes 20 minutes. And our goal here was to compare our product with more typical hydration options to see what happens in the first minute. It's huge news. We're really excited about it. I hope you are too.